Well, do you know what you're really paying to have your money managed? In a financial world, that can sometimes feel opaque. There are fees and costs that investors may not fully understand. But here to break it all down is financial advisor Kathryn McCall. So good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
All right, so for people who need to know, how can people better understand what they're paying for their investments?
Listen, people spend more time getting the best deal possible on their next flight for their next vacation. They spend more time on that than they do understanding how much their thousands or millions of dollars are being managed and who they are paying and how. So I think it's really important to understand in plain terms, talking to your financial advisor, making sure that they can explain to you how are they being paid, how are you paying them, and who else are you paying in that relationship.
Very good questions for sure. That, like you said, a lot of people don't think about. They just say, hey, manage it for me, but not really clear on what's coming out.
So that could include commissions, that could include management fees, that could include a trail based off of something that the advisor decides to put you in that they get a kickback for. It could also, in some arrangements, be a kickback directly from the company as a percentage of what you bought, which is a little conflict of interest, you might say.
For sure.
It's important to ask questions.
All right, so let's talk about those questions. What specific kinds of things should they be asking about fees?
I think it's important to know how is your advisor being paid, and are they getting paid by anybody other than you for the work that they are doing for you? So expense ratios are typically part of all arrangements, but if you're being paid a management fee, how is that being paid back to the advisor? Is there any kind of commission based off of a stock recommendation that you might make that you get any kind of kickback for? Are there any sales incentives with your company that say, hey, if you put enough people in this product, you get a kickback on the other side, which is unfortunately common in our industry, but not something that people ask questions about.
How do you tell, though, if your advisor is actually worth the money? Once you ask those questions and you get the answers, how do you know whether or not you've made a good decision?
I'm a huge fan of the Certified Financial Planner. I am a Certified Financial Planner. That designation basically requires you to be a fiduciary. You have to act in the client's best interest. You have to put their interest before your own. That's a good starting place. It means it's kind of a table stakes in our industry. From there, you need to make sure that that person is proactive with you. You're having an ongoing relationship, not just about what the money is doing in terms of the portfolio, but also you need to make sure that that person understands and is actually advising you on your whole picture. That includes tax planning, estate planning, general financial planning. When are we taking Social Security? All those big picture questions. A good financial planner is involved in helping you make those choices, and sometimes they're there to be tough love and tell you what you don't want to hear.
Yeah, because it really is about the plan, right? It's not about the right now, it's about planning for the future.
That's right.
All right, Kathryn, always good to see you. Thanks so much.